3, okay? Instead of proving angles congruent or proving angles supplementary, now we're gonna prove that lines are parallel. So the difference today is they're not gonna tell you lines are parallel. They're not gonna mark them parallel for you. They're not gonna tell you they're parallel. We are gonna be trying to prove that they're parallel. And the way we do that is with all these converses. So the first one says this, okay? Converse of corresponding angles says, if two lines in a transversal form corresponding angles that are congruent, then the lines are parallel, right? So now what they're going to give you is a picture like this, where they're going to say 2 is congruent to 6. But notice they have not marked for you that L is parallel to M. That's because we're going to say, oh, if those angles are congruent, then we know L is parallel to M. Okay, so it's just the converse. That being the case, look at this picture. It says which lines are parallel if angle 1 and angle 2 are congruent, and justify your answer. So first of all, what kind of angles are 1 and 2? Corresponding angles, okay? So they want to know which two lines have to be parallel because those two angles are congruent. Now this can be a little tricky at times. There's two sets of lines here that look parallel. We aren't allowed to assume any of it until we know which lines are actually parallel from those angles. So here's what I suggest you do if you're not sure. First of all, some of you can probably see it right now, like, oh, 1 and 2 are because of, any guesses? Which lines? A and B, okay? But if you don't just see that, here's what I say you do. Draw in angle 1, draw in angle 2, okay? And then think about what lines you're even making contact with right now. You have line A covered, you have line B covered, and you have line M covered. We did not touch line L, right? So because angle 1 and angle 2 don't touch line L, we don't know anything about line L. So when you're doing this, the ones that you are making contact with are the ones that are going to be parallel. Now, it doesn't make sense to say that A is parallel to M, right? Or that B is parallel to M because they're intersecting. So the two that are parallel because of 1 and 2 would be A is parallel to B. And now here's the tricky part. If we're proving lines parallel, it's not because of corresponding angles. It's because of the converse of corresponding angles, right? And this I'm picky about because it's different. We're proving lines parallel, so it has to be the converse, okay? So just make sure, like on the test, on the quiz, if I say which lines are parallel, you need to say by the converse of, fill in the blank, whichever types of angles we're working with. Okay, so on that idea, let me give you a different set of information real quick. You don't have to write this down. I'm just gonna, it's the same thing. I just wanna see if you can see it now. Let's say I told you that angle 5 was congruent to angle 8. Which lines are parallel then?
L and M.
That would be L and M because 5 is here, 8 is here. So that's L parallel to M with a transversal of A, right? By the converse of corresponding angles. What if I said 4, oops, too far. What if I said 4 congruent to 6? Which two lines are parallel then? A and B. 4 is formed with this one, 6 is formed with this one. They share this transversal. So A and B would be the parallel lines. Okay, are you seeing that okay? Okay, we'll do more of that, but just want to cover that with the first setup. Okay, then these three are the other three that we talked about on Friday. The first one, converse of alternate interior angles, says if alternate interiors are congruent, so in other words, if 4 is congruent to 6, then the lines will be parallel. Okay, converse of same size says if they're supplementary, so if 3 and 6 add up to 180, then we know the lines are parallel. And the last one, the converse of alternate exterior, says if 1 is congruent to 7, then I know the lines are parallel. Okay, so it looks just like Friday, but the converse. Nothing new. No like, oh, that's crazy. I've never heard that before. That's not here, okay? This is just like Friday, but make it the converse. So let's just walk through a quick proof here, and then I'll do a couple problems for you, and we're really done. It's not a lot of new information today. Okay, here's the first thing I want you to think about. If you look at your given information, it says, given that angle 1 is congruent to angle 7, prove that L is parallel to M. So right now, we're doing a proof of the alternate exterior angle converse. So we can't use the converse of AEA and just say, well, duh, if those angles are congruent, then the lines are parallel. They want us to prove why those are parallel, so we kind of have to go at it in a roundabout way, which we're going to do. But here's what I want you to see. Whenever you are given this, okay, here's what I want you to consider. Whenever you are asked to prove lines parallel, your last step of the proof is going to be a what? If we're proving lines parallel, what's the reason for it?
Converse.
That's the one. Converse, right? It's going to be the converse of something. We don't know which one yet, but it's going to be a converse, okay? So just remember, if you're proving lines parallel, your last step is going to be a converse, okay? Okay, so let's do this. Let's prove lines parallel. What's your first step? Every time, the given. Okay, we are given here that angle 1 is congruent to angle 7. Easy points, right? Okay, so we know 1 is congruent to 7. What other angles do we know something about here?
5 and 7 are vertical, so they're congruent.
5 and 7 are vertical. Yep, they're congruent. What else?
1 and 3 and 5 and 7.
1 and 3 and 5 and 7. Yeah, so you have some vertical angles here. You could really use either one to get there. I'm going to use 3 just because that's where my brain was working first. So I would say I know here that angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. And I know that how? What kind of angles do we say those are?
Vertical.
They're vertical angles. Okay, so I know 1 and 3 are congruent. Now look at your first 2 steps. We said 1 is congruent to 7, 1 is congruent to 3. So what can I say next?
7 and 5.
I could say 7 and 5. I don't have to go that far. I have enough information right now. 1 is congruent to 7, 1 is congruent to 3, so 3 is congruent to 7. Yeah, if I take out the 2 that are the same, the angle 1s, what's that called?
Corresponding.
Those are corresponding angles, but what theorem got me to be able to say 3 congruent to 7?
Corresponding.
We don't know the lines are parallel, right? We could say 3 is congruent to 7 if we know the lines are parallel, but we don't know the lines are parallel. That's what we're trying to prove. Transitive. Okay. So that is the transitive property, or you could say substitution. Okay. So now I know that 3 is congruent to 7. Okay. And since we're not doing a proof of the corresponding angles thing, we can use this. We can say then my lines must be parallel. L must be parallel to M by what? Converse of which theorem? What are 3 and 7?
Alternating exterior angles.
1 and 7 are, right? But that's what we're trying to prove, so we can't use the converse of it. The corresponding. Yep, converse of corresponding angles would get us there. And this one's a little funny because it's like, what are you talking about? Why do we have to prove that with a different theorem? We're saying we already knew corresponding angles converse. How do we prove the alternate exterior angles converse. So that's what we were proving. From here on out, you may use it when you see it. But this was just us proving why we know the converse of alternate exterior angles works. Yes.
So you said from now on we don't have to do any. From now on we don't have to do any. We don't have to show any proof. We just have to say the converse of corresponding angles.
From now on, you can say converse of corresponding angles is true. Unless the only time you can't use it is if that is the thing you're trying to prove, right? If they're saying do a proof of the converse of the corresponding angles theorem, postulate, then you can't use it. But if you've already proved it, which we have, and we're assuming moving forward we've proved these theorems, then you can use them as proof in your proof. Okay, example 3, sorry. It says, suppose angle 1, which is here, yikes, and angle 2 are congruent. Are the lines parallel? If these two angles right here are congruent, are these lines parallel? What do you think?
Yes.
Why?
So 3 and 2 are a linear pair, and then they'd be corresponding with 1 and 3.
Okay, but we don't even have to go that far now because we just proved the converse of AEA is true, right? So what kind of angles are 1 and 2?
Corresponding.
They're not corresponding. They're alternate exterior angles, right? This with this transversal, these are alternate exterior angles. So if 1 and 2 are congruent, then we can say yes, R is parallel to S by, whenever you prove lines parallel, it's always by a converse, the converse of whatever type of angles those are, and those are alternate exterior angles. Okay, so we know those lines are parallel even though they didn't mark them for us because they told us the angles are congruent. Okay, if alternate exterior angles are congruent, then the lines must be parallel. Okay, example 4 here. It says, what is the value of X for which A is parallel to B? You do this problem just like you did it on Friday. The only difference is they didn't tell us the lines are parallel, but they say if the lines were going to be parallel, then what would the measure of your angle be, or the value of your variable be? So what do we know? What type of angles are we looking at here?
Interior, they add up to 180.
They add up to 180,
Same
same
side.
side interior, right? These are same side interior angles, okay? And same side interiors are supplementary. So what we're saying is X would have to be so that these add up to 180. 2X plus 9 plus 111 would have to equal 180. Now you solve it and you say X would have to be this value for A to be parallel to B. So you're going to solve it just like you solved them on Friday. It's just they're asking you a different question, but it's really the exact same problem, okay? So this is going to be 2X plus 120 equals 180. Take away that 120, and you get 2X equals 60, and then divide by 2, so X is 30. Okay, so what is the value of X that would make those lines parallel? X would have to be 30, and then the lines would be parallel because then the angles are supplementary, so lines will be parallel. Okay. Okay, I'm going to give you just a real quick sketch over here. You don't even have to write this down. I just want to see if this is clicking here. Just watch. Okay. Let's say I told you angle 3 is congruent to angle 5. Which lines are parallel?
A and B.
A and B, right? Angle 3 is here. Angle 5 is here. We are not even touching D. Nothing about that is touching D, right? So we don't know anything about line D. It might be parallel to the other. We don't know. But we do know A is parallel to B. Okay? What if I said that angle 1 is congruent to angle 7? Which lines are parallel?
A and B.
A and B again. Okay, again, we're not touching D at all. So it would have to be A and B. What if I said that angle 4 plus angle 9 equals 180?
C and D would be parallel.
Then C has to be parallel to D, right? Here's 4. Here's 9. We are not even touching line A. So we don't know anything about it. That would have to be C is parallel to D. Can you see that okay? Okay. Any questions on those? Yeah.
I had a question, but not on that.
Yeah, what's up?
For example, for it would be line A and B are parallel by the converse of same side interior angles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yep.
Okay.
Beautiful. You good? Okay. You have 15 minutes, 14 minutes till the bell rings. Get a jump on that. Your quiz this week is on the block day, 3-1 through 3-4. So this is 3-3. I will teach you 3-4 tomorrow, and then we will take the quiz on the block. I'm not going to do a morning study session because I can't do one Wednesday morning because I have a department meeting, which means my other class just misses out. So we will review some in the beginning of class on the block day, then take the quiz, and then I have a lesson to teach you. Oh, and by the way, what day? Friday and Monday of next week, you need your tools again. We're going to do constructions. So you need a compass, right? The one that draws the arcs, the one with the pointy end, and a straight edge, okay? So make sure if you've stored those away somewhere safe that you get them back in your bag or whatever you carry around with you by Friday. Okay, we will use those on Friday and on Monday of next week. So make sure you've got them.